Going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo. Come back at you with another video. So today we're gonna talk about some Falcon news from the final OTAs of this year's off season. So guys, before we get into that, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys ain't hear what I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people come in here to talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So like I said, guys, today was the last day of OTAs. Voluntary off-season practices. Next week they're going to go into mandatory minicamp. Archie Smith said today that he expects everyone to be there, even though individuals that was that was out nursing injuries and stuff. So we'll definitely be on the lookout and see if we're going to see Deion Jones' presence during this year's mini camp. It's going from the 14th to 16th of June. Then of course after that, guys, they're gonna take their break before they go come into training camp in July. So just some of the notes. Most of these notes gonna come from Michael Rothstein from ESPN. He was out there today. They had the media out there. Some good things we heard from what was going on out there from OTAs. The whole outlook of what it's been looking like before they get into training camp and before they get into mini camp. Arthur Smith continued to say that this time it's just getting everybody familiar with the scheme, making sure everybody's mentally prepared. He kind of mentioned that for mini camp it's going to be some of the same routines that they're going to go through. No pad songs, like we said. They want to just make sure everybody physically and mentally prepared to go before they take their break, before they come back and be ready for training camp. But some of the news to some of the things that came out of today's O2As, like I said, from Michael Rothstein from ESPN, he talked about Marcus Mariota looking real good, like he's grasping the offense. Of course, veteran quarterback is definitely during this time of the season. It's definitely gonna have the leg up on the rookie coming in trying to learn the offense. So that's good to know that Desmond Ritter is on the right track, but right now Marcus Mariota definitely looking like quarterback one, and that's what we should expect at this point in time and during the season. Like I said, that competition definitely is going to pick up during the training camp, but listening to Marcus Mariota get his press conference today, he loved the relationship him and Desmond have. They like the way they compete. They got a good quarterback room along with Felipe Franks, who's going to talk about a little bit later here. But I think that that relationship, that bond that they're going to build together, along while they're competing, is going to be good for that quarterback room. And it's good to see that Marcus Mariota sound like he has matured. Since he had got benched for Ryan Tannehill, went away for 2 years, sitting behind Derek Carr, come back. Sound like he know what he want. He's really been communicating with the coaching staff, let them know what he don't like. And before, it could have been to a situation where he felt like he couldn't do that. But I think, like I said, that experience that he had sitting behind Derek Carr kind of helped him develop that, this is the offense I need. This is what it takes for me to be successful. And he's been more vocal and being able to communicate with Coach Arthur Smith this time, which something maybe he was not able to do the first time when they was together. All right, next thing we're going to talk about our linebackers, Michael Walker and Rashaan Evans. Looks like they might have the leg up right now. That's the two inside starting linebackers. Like we said, we still don't know what's up with Deion Jones when he comes back, when he's going to be healthy enough to actually compete. But Michael Walker trying to take that leadership role. He's been here for a while. Him and Deion Jones, some of the elder statesmen in that linebacker room. But since Deion Jones is not here, Michael Walker, being in Dean Pease's system last year, also Rashaan Evans being in Dean Pease's system, is going to definitely let them play faster, being able to let Dean Pease call more plays. And I think Michael Walker is ready to get that great opportunity along with guys like Richard Grant, Jalen Hawkins. This team got some young, uprising players that definitely, if all these guys can take off at the same time, I think this defense can definitely be something, in the future that we definitely can say we got a good set of defenders in the backfield along with our back seven. So it's going to be interesting to see with these guys. But Michael Walker, like I said, is really had a great play today. Looked like he's learning that Dean Peace defense, and he's getting opportunity that I think he always wanted. Now he just got to take it. If you go back to some of his tape, and when he played at Fresno State, Michael Walker was all over. He was used everywhere on that defense. He was used to rush the passer on the end of the defensive line. He's very athletic, and I think this time he's actually going to get his opportunity to show what he's going to be able to do. All right. Next, let's go to our cornerbacks. Of course, right now, Casey Hayward, because it's voluntary, is not um, being present during these OTAs. Not, I think he been to some, but of course not all. He was there. He was not there present today. So with that being said, Darren Hall has been filling in that second cornerback spot, which is good because we building that depth. That's what we want to see. We want to be able to see who's going to actually be playing those roles. If one of our, hopefully not, but one of our cornerbacks go down, who's going to come in and fill in those cornerback spots. And now, right now, look like the two players that really look like they're having the leg up on the second corner outside of Casey Hayward and the slot, which is right now being played by Mike Ford because Isaiah Oliver is still in his rehab right now. He is on the field, but he's still doing individual drills, so he's not competing in the 707. So right now, Mike Ford is playing that slot position. So like I said, if you're looking at that cornerback and you're looking how the depth is starting to look for some of these spots, that's what we can see from the cornerback position. Keep in mind that this is OTAs, so players they plug in and out of rolling with the starters or not like that. They're going to probably run all these guys. Just like in the linebackers, I'm pretty sure Troy Anderson is getting in there, getting some reps as well with the first team. But right now, like I said, all these rookies probably head still spinning, still trying to learn the playbook. So they're going to be a little bit behind these veteran players during this time of the year. He also talked about the returner position, the punt returns, and they had a lot of guys back there actually um, going out, trying out for that to see what those guys could be able to do. I still think Avery Williams gonna have the leg up on this at this current point of time. He was real dynamic in college. Just like some of these other guys that I'm going to mention. Demir Byrd is another guy they had back there. Alumde Zaccheaus. He has caught punt returns before in the past for the team. Brian Edwards and Jared Bernhardt is the other. Of course, the guy played lacrosse. To come out, they're trying to see what kind of his physical traits that he's going to be able to provide to come in, and maybe he could actually compete for that punt return position as well. But like I said, I think Avery Williams has a leg up on that. He did excellent last year, in his first year in that role, as well as kick return when Cardell Patterson wasn't back there. So at this point in time, I think Avery Williams got the leg up, and he's definitely going to need to be able to do that because that running back room is deep. So he's gonna have to be able to show where he can play on special teams. I also mentioned that he was playing the gunner on kickoff return as well. So Avery Williams going to have to show some other places where he could be very, very helpful in this team to make sure he keeps his roster spot. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about the offensive line. He mentioned that Drew Dalman was rolling with the starters at this point in time. Of course, that means him and Matt Hennessy's definitely going to be in the competition battle. But it's good to see Drew Dalman in there. Warner with the starters. I'm really interested to see who they had running at right tackle. Did they have Caleb McGarry being switched out with Jermaine Ifedi? Arthur Smith even mentioned Jermaine Ifedi this during his press conference earlier today. But like I said, guys, when you talk about the trenches, you talk about offensive line, you talking about defensive line, not going to get a whole lot, especially from OTAs. Um, from a lot of from in any of these OTAs, definitely, just like Arthur Smith said, you don't want to try to overreact on the good or the bad because right now, like I said, it's OTAs, no physicality. Quarterback can look good because he's playing 707. You know he's not going to get hit. He don't have people around his feet. There's no pressure, so it's a lot of things to factor in. You definitely can take some good from it, but at the same time, you don't want to overreact. Like I said, good or bad during this time. But from what I can tell, and from what I can hear from the players, the coaches, the reporters that's been out there, the Falcons are headed in the right direction before they go into a mandatory minicamp, and that's what we like to hear from this team. It was interesting to hear from Quadra Allison today when he talked about um, he has a chip on his shoulder, and a lot of players on the team feel that same way. So you can see going into minicamp, going into training camp, you can see the mindset of a lot of these guys on this team. And honestly, I would be the same way. I mean, if you're just looking at the national media, you're looking at how everybody writing this team off before the season actually start. Um, I mean, everybody just penciling in 2 or 3 wins for this team this year, and that's why these guys coming in. You got to love that mindset. A lot of these guys here got a lot to prove. 1 year contracts, big time contracts, all kind of things like that. So I think it's going to be very exciting to see what these guys going to be able to do. So, guys, like I said, if you definitely can go out and look at Michael Rothstein. He gave a little bit more detail about some of the plays. He talked about a great catch from Kyle Pitts in the back of the end zone from Marcus Mariota. He talked about a tip interception from Michael Walker. He talked about how Felipe Franks had a great catch from Desmond Ritter. I think Felipe Franks does have a chance to make this team because of his ability to play different roles. Remember last year, um, Arthur Smith had him playing in that tight end position. He's a big guy. He's athletic. If he can learn the position, I'm not saying it's going to be easy for him because we do have a lot of other good tight ends on this team already. But with his flexibility, his ability to be able to play multiple positions definitely gives him the opportunity to make this team. We don't know if the Falcons going to decide to keep 3 quarterbacks, but if they um, don't, Felipe Franks could definitely make it in a different role. So we'll just have to see. So guys, let me know what you think about that. I'm really excited to see what these guys are going to do next week into mandatory minicamp, and then of course we're going to have a little lull here before training camp start. But then that's when this ball gonna get to rolling. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And this is your boy Ricondo come back at you with another video.